Disney World Coffee Smackdown. Where's the best coffee in Walt Disney World? Hey everybody, I'm at Disney Springs today, headed to get 4 different coffees at least to find the most wonderful, delicious, best coffee in all of Walt Disney World. A couple of these places are Disney Springs exclusives, but 2 of them are around all the parks as well, so we will help you find the best place to get your caffeine fix. Let's get started. We got a lot of coffee to drink. We're headed to Gideon's Bakehouse, which you may know of because they're incredibly delicious half-pound cookies. These things are beautiful and gorgeous and the best cookies ever. They won my Disney Springs Dessert Throwdown, but did you know Gideon's Bakehouse also has incredible signature cold brews? They've got a few on tap year-round, and then they've got rotating flavors with the season. But they are incredible, unique coffees. We're headed in line to get their signature one right now. One thing you should know about Gideon's Bakehouse is it's incredibly wildly over-the-top popular. So unless you come the middle of the week like I am right now, you're probably gonna have to get in a virtual queue. Just sign up with the cast members. They'll send you a text when it's your turn to return, and then you can jump in the quick line. But it's very, very popular. I recommend if you want to go to Gideon's, jumping in the virtual queue the very first thing you do at Disney Springs. But here's their little monthly recipe card. They always have little characters every month, and this one may look familiar to you. Check out that earring. Drop it in the comments if you know who this is modeled after. They always have a different cookie of the month. This month it is a banana bread chocolate chip cookie. It's fabulous. And then they also always have some of their signatures: original chocolate chip, pistachio toffee, cookies and cream, peanut butter, triple chocolate. They have an amazing coffee cake cookie in the morning until they run out, and they have an amazing dark chocolate coffee cake in the evening. They've got giant cake slices, but today is all about cold brew. As you can see right now, they have the seasonal banana bread coffee. They have a pumpkin chai, a cookies and cream, a classic, but the one they're most known for is their peanut butter. Yay, it's my turn. I only waited in like a 15-minute line. Thank you! And I'm so excited. I love it in here. It smells so good in here. It's very much like if the Haunted Mansion had a bakery. That's like how I describe the vibe. It's supposed to be in an old antiquities bookshop where mysterious curios lurk around the corners. But I can't get over how good it smells. I wish I could make it smell through. I wish smell-o-vision existed and you could smell what I'm smelling right now. So if that technology exists, let me know. All right, here are my first 2 coffees of the throwdown. We have the classic cold brew right here and the peanut butter cold brew, which is their famous cold brew. I figured I would get one that's very unique and specific to Gideon's, and then also a classic, since that's going to be more in line with the other coffees, so that it's a more fair assessment. Also, I'm just want coffee. All right, coffee 1 from Gideon's. That's the classic cold brew. It's very good. It's sweeter than I'd like a classic cold brew to be. I like to drink my cold brew black. Maybe a little bit of something if I'm feeling seasonal or festive, but like a lot of cold brew, I just drink black. So this is a little too sweet for me. One thing that's great about their coffees is all of them, regardless of flavor, are plant-based. They're vegan. They use oat milk, so anybody can enjoy these ones. Very good, high-quality beans. They do have locally roasted beans, but a little too sweet for me. However, it's time for the peanut butter coffee. Oh, it's so good. Here's the thing. It's also sweet, but I know it's going to be sweet. Does that make sense? Like the fact that I can get cold brew not sweet elsewhere is what I'm going to get. But if I want a special, luxurious, decadent treat, I want this. You understand? This one is so unique and so fun, and I feel like it definitely gets high points for being something you can't get anywhere else. It definitely has a strong peanut butter flavor, so if you don't like that, Gideon's coffees on the whole are very sweet. I've tried a lot of their seasonal flavors, and they are very, very sweet compared to classic cold brews or places where you can kind of tell them to back off a little bit on some of the flavor. But this is one of the best coffees I've ever had, but it is very decadent and rich, and it's not, doesn't remind me so much as like, oh, coffee I want to drink in the morning as it does dessert. We have arrived at the most famous coffee spot in the whole world, Starbucks. There are 2 Starbucks here at Disney Springs. There's this walk-up window right here in the marketplace next to World of Disney. And then there's a brick and mortar over near the Balloon as you get into the west side. But they're just Starbucks. There's nothing special about them other than they're here at Disney. And there's a Starbucks in each of the 4 parks. So we're gonna get ourselves some Starbucks cold brew next. The Starbucks at Walt Disney World basically sell anything you can get at any Starbucks. Occasionally they'll have some of the Disney World cups and stuff like that. More in the brick and mortar stores, they'll have like the You Are Here series specific to that park, if it hasn't sold out. And a big difference is, while they may accommodate you here at Disney Springs on a slow day, they're not gonna do a lot of the like crazy custom frappuccinos and stuff that go viral on the internet. They just have such high volume, especially the ones in the parks, that they don't do the like viral, out of control drinks usually, or they try not to, just because, you know, there's like 50,000 people trying to go to that Starbucks every day. This is the Nitro Cold Brew Black, just plain Nitro Cold Brew. They do have a vanilla one right now, and I believe you can customize it a little bit, but this one's just black. And then this is their seasonal offering right now, which is the Pistachio Latte. You know how Starbucks is like,
hey, we're gonna like do one flavor and do a bunch of them, and it'll be like, it's pumpkin time.
But right now it's pistachio time. So this is the iced pistachio latte. I got it like as it comes. I normally customize my Starbucks drinks a little bit, like I'm sure a lot of you do, but it's got 2% milk, 3 pumps of pistachio sauce, and then a salted brown butter topping. So that seems like it's gonna be really sweet, but let's try it. Cold brew first. It's pretty good cold brew. It's a little acidic, and it's obviously unflavored. You could add things to it, unlike some of the cold brews over at Joffrey's, which you can get them still black, but they're actually like flavored coffee. That's not an option, so I prefer those. It's fine. It's a good cold brew. It's not sweet at all. It's a little acidic. It's a Starbucks cold brew. It is exactly what it tastes like in malls and Targets around the world. It's fine. It's Starbucks. I drink it, but it's not Disney special, you know? Let's try this now. I don't think I've ever liked a Starbucks drink like as it comes, because they put way too much sauce in it. Like I would put 1 pump in this and like half as much milk. But I do like the pistachio flavor. It kind of tastes like, I know it's a nut and not wheat, but it kind of tastes like the end of cereal. You know when you like drink the bowl of cereal, like at the end of Lucky Charms, and it's like sugar milk? That's what this tastes like. One thing I will say about Starbucks that you should know as well if you're an avid Starbucks user is that you can use Starbucks gift cards at any of the Starbucks locations around, but you can only use your Starbucks points and rewards at the ones here at Disney Springs. The ones in the parks will not accept those. So just keep that in mind when you are budgeting out where you want to go. Don't think, oh, I have a free drink, I can use it at Magic Kingdom, because you can't. Here's the thing about Starbucks. It's Starbucks. You've all had Starbucks coffee before, probably. And so it tastes like Starbucks. It's good. I don't hate it. I'm not like a coffee snob who's going to be like, it's not, the beans aren't that good. Like, I don't know. I just know I drink a lot of coffee. It's just the fact that it's the same as the one when I go to the Target and then browse for too much stuff I don't need in the dollar spot. So it loses points for that. But big points for the wide variety of flavors. And what I will say more than anything is that even if you choose to get your coffee at Starbucks, no judgment, try not to get the treats there. Try not to get the same Starbucks treats that you can get literally anywhere when you're in Disney World. Because, like, they're fine. We have all had the microwaved Starbucks, like, sandwiches, but treat yourself to something better when you're at Disney. You know? Before today, I never understood how they made these incredible Lego structures, but after this many coffees, I think I could do it. I could never do it, but I'd have the enthusiasm to try now. It's time for Joffrey's. So Joffrey's does have a brick and mortar shop here at Disney Springs, but this is also coffee you can get in the parks, as they have kiosks in all 4 of the parks, and even some of the resorts and some of the resort quick services sell Joffrey's coffee. Now Joffrey's is not Disney owned. There are other places in the world you can get Joffrey's, but it feels a lot more exclusive than Starbucks, even though it's pretty ubiquitous like Starbucks around the Disney property. Joffrey's has a lot of great custom cold brews. They have a bunch of custom blended coffees that they make for different restaurants and resorts, and they have something super cool inside the brick and mortar store that makes Joffrey's a hot contender for the top spot. So Joffrey's, like Starbucks, has a lot of different variety. They can do your hot drinks, your ice drinks. They can do spirited drinks here, which is fun if you're in the mood for something feisty. They have a lot of customizability, just like going to Starbucks. But one thing that's really cool about Joffrey's, the first of the cool things about Joffrey's, is that they work with Disney to make signature blends for different locations and occasions. So certain restaurants will have their own blends, and you can actually buy them online or here in the store. Like here's California Girls, here's Victorian Albert's, here is Sanaz, there's a Lonnie's blend. So it's really, really cool. And when you go to these certain restaurants, you can actually get like signature Joffrey's coffee. It might be a press pot, it might be a cup of coffee, but I think that's really great. They even did a 50th anniversary blend, which you can buy bagged or in K-cups. So Joffrey's is like definitely more magical than Starbucks. And I actually think the coffee's better as well. Another thing I always like to advertise when I come into a Joffrey's is that they have these gigantic donuts. I don't even like donuts, but I know these are good ones, and they're made by a local bakery called Donut King. So if you go to any Joffrey's cart or here in the store, you can get these giant Donut King donuts, and they're very delicious. But we're gonna show you my favorite thing in this whole video is about to happen. Get ready. Here at Joffrey's, you can add latte art to your latte for only 50 cents. This is like the best upgrade of all time. So for 50 cents, you can add one of their preset photos. They've got a couple classic Disney characters, Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald. Sometimes they'll have other designs as well. Sometimes they've had an Orange Bird one in the past. They've had like Lion King. They've had different ones, but they can do any of those, or you can upload your own photo. As long as it's not something else copyrighted, you can print it on either a Nitro Cold Brew or a hot drink that's got foam on it, and you can literally print whatever you'd like I just printed my dog. This is the greatest thing of all time. To do this, you can either use the app. They have the Ripples app. You can put it on your phone. Just ask the cast members what location to send the picture to. Or they do have an iPad here if you don't want to worry about installing the app. But you can see they've got some classic characters as well as a 50th icon, which is really fun. Isn't this just so cool? So this is the Nitro Cold Brew. And obviously this is a picture I uploaded of my dog. So you can upload a picture, or you could take a selfie and add that, or you can print one of theirs. I think it's just so fun, and I've done it many times. And for 50 cents, who doesn't want a little magic on their coffee? I'll also point out that you can get the classic characters over at Contempo Grounds at the Contemporary. You can do the Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy there, but you can't do the upload picture thing anywhere but here. So this is the Nitro Cold Brew, and then I also got a Shaken Jamaican, which is my like kryptonite and one of my favorite coffees of all time. It is their signature cold brew that they have here, as well as at all the carts around the parks. First up, Shaken Jamaican. So I do get mine black. The reason I like the Shaken Jamaican is it's just a plain coffee, but it's brewed with flavor in it. There's a little bit of nuttiness, there's a little bit of coconut, a little bit of cocoa, and so it's just the right amount of little something I need, so I get it black. However, you can ask them to sweeten it, you can ask them for milk, whatever. My all-time favorite is the Pumpkin Creme Brulee Cold Brew. That is, again, a black cold brew with pumpkin flavor that comes out in the seasonal times. That's my favorite of their cold brews, but I'm obsessed with this one. I don't even want to count how many of these I drink in a week around the park. And now I have to drink my dog. I've never gotten the Nitro Cold Brew because I always just get the Shaken Jamaican. Ooh, that's delicious as well. That's better than the Starbucks one, not just because my handsome dog's face is on it, but it's less bitter, less acidic. It's got a little bit more richness to it. Another great thing about Joffrey's is that pass holders, you do get a discount here. You don't get a discount at Starbucks, but you get a discount at all the Joffrey's locations. Plus, Joffrey's has these cute 50th cups right now. Like, I know the Starbucks cups in the park are really special that are like the Disney branded Starbucks cups, but this one's pretty good too. This is gonna be tough. My hand holding steady. I've had 6. I think I could run a marathon right now.
My name is Molly and I'm running a marathon. Wow!
Headed into Everglazed now. This is a newer, opened up early last year, donut and coffee shop in Disney Springs on the west side near Splitsville. While you may know I'm not a huge donut fan, I obviously love coffee. So they do some really fun customizable cold brews here, and it's definitely known for their cold brew as it's literally part of their name. So let's head into Everglazed. I will say, if you do like donuts, a lot of people enjoy this spot because this is one of those shops that makes the trendy giant donuts with all the candy and cereal and stuff on top. But we're not here for donuts. I'm never here for donuts, but I guess in videos, sometimes I have to eat donuts. Taking a look at the coffees. One thing I do love about Everglazed is how customizable it is. So it's a specialty coffee, kind of like Gideon's, except for you can customize a lot of things. So if you take a look, they've got cold brew and nitro cold brew on tap, as long as drip coffee. And then if you take a look at the menu, they've got all different kinds of dairy, non-dairy, milk, sweeteners, foams, all kinds of stuff. So you can really get creative. Then they also have coffees that come with a donut on top that are perfectly paired to match, so those are fun. They have some different specialty coffees that are made with their nitro and iced, as well as their cold brews, so let's try a few here. All right, I've got my 2 coffees from Everglazed as well. We're going to continue with the trend and try a nitro cold brew, which is this one right here. So they're just their nitro cold brew, black, again. And then this one I got on the recommendation of the cast member, because I asked her, of all the like fancy coffees, what are some of their top hits? She said that the Reese's one with the Reese's donut is very popular. She said the Purple Rain, which has that purple vegan ube donut, is very popular. Breed Love and I got that in the vegan challenge video. But this is the most popular of the cold brew classics. It's called the cinnamon bun, and it's their cold brew, cinnamon bun syrup, cinnamon toast milk, which is another thing they're known for. It's basically like you can just buy the milks, and it's like the milk you drink at the bottom of a bowl of cereal, and then whipped cream on top. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. I thought it would be way too sweet, but I think because I got the cinnamon one, it balances how sweet it is. Like, it's definitely sweet. If I were going to customize this, I would tell them to probably not do the syrup and no whipped cream, and I would just get the coffee with the cinnamon milk in it. But it's pretty good. It definitely has cinnamon flavor. You can taste the cold brew. Very fun. And now their classic nitro. Ooh, that's pretty good. It's not as robust in flavor as the Joffrey's one, but it's definitely less acidic than Starbucks. Yeah, I'm into that. I got it again, black. You can customize it. What I love about Everglazed is that their drinks are so customizable. I would definitely consider this more of a specialty coffee shop, kind of like the Gideon's coffees. You can only get it here at Disney Springs. It's not going to be in the parks. But what I love about this compared to Gideon's is that they have so many different milks you can choose from, so many different flavors. It's very customizable. But how many people are going to come all the way down to Everglazed just for coffee if you don't want donuts? Standing in front of this Encanto art, because that's why coffee's for grown-ups. That's one of the best parts of that movie. So I thought it was fitting for this video. Also, Splitsville is playing some rockin' tunes. I feel like I could dance for 24 hours or run a marathon or fight a grizzly bear right now, but it's time to give out the results. Am I shaking? All right, it's time for the results of the coffee throwdown. In 4th place, cue the gasps, Starbucks. There's nothing wrong with Starbucks coffee. I drink it frequently while I'm here, but I like to drink something a little more special when available in Walt Disney World. So because it's Starbucks and it's ubiquitous everywhere in the whole wide world, Starbucks is coming in 4th. Again, no shade. If you drink Starbucks while you're here, I'll probably see you in there, but you know, it's not going to win the contest of the best coffee at Disney World. In 3rd place, cue the gasps again, Gideon's. As much as I love Gideon's, and that peanut butter coffee is one of the best things I've ever had, the limited amount of coffees and the fact that it's not customizable are going to put it lower on this list. I recommend everyone go to Gideon's. It's my favorite dessert in Disney World right now, those delicious cookies. And if you're there, get yourself a coffee. But I do think there's better coffee options. Which brings us to the silver medalist, number 2, Everglazed. The reason I like Everglazed more than Gideon's is because it's still a specialty, unique coffee you're not going to get somewhere else, but it's a lot more customizable. There's a lot more offerings. You can get a donut on top of it if you want. You can customize all the milk and the different things. So Everglazed is going to be number 2, which leaves us the gold medalist, number 1 best coffee you can get in Walt Disney World, Joffrey's. Not only is Joffrey's awesome here at Disney Springs at the brick and mortar, because you can literally put your face or your dog's face or Mickey Mouse on it, but they've got incredible cold brews and great variety. And while it's not exclusive to Walt Disney World, it's certainly a lot more special and less well known than Starbucks, which makes me feel a little more magical, a little more excited every time I drink Joffrey's, because it's not something I can do at the airport when I'm waiting on a layover. Am I talking too fast? Another great thing about Joffrey's is a lot of the signature blends that people love at the different resorts, like over at Animal Kingdom Lodge or the Polynesian, those delicious drip coffees are Joffrey's blends. So Joffrey's is truly the king of coffee when you come to Walt Disney World, and that's why it's my number 1 choice. But let me know your favorite place to get a coffee down in the comments. Go check out my Disney Springs dessert throwdown if you need me. I'm going to be running 4 to 6 miles. Bye!